Shwmai, hello, croeso, welcome to Date Nature. Are you bored of the dating scene? Are you in a relationship but something's missing? Perhaps it's time for you to date nature. Date Nature is a brand new dating app that will match you up with the nature that suits you best. Once you've uploaded your profile, our amazing algorithms will get to work to find you the perfect fit. Whatever it is, it's up to you then to make plans, to make a date, and see what happens when you date nature.
Let's meet 3 Pembrokeshire residents using the Date Nature app.
And welcome to the beautiful Pebble Bay. We're here to meet Mabel, who's going to share her date nature journey with us.
Hi, I'm Mabel. I'm 27. I live in Saundersfoot, down in South Pembrokeshire, and my pronouns are she/her.
What drew you to date nature?
It's kind of going through profiles, being able to be like, yep, swipe, or like, no, absolutely not.
What makes you swipe right or swipe left?
I try not to be too biased, but I would say something that would make me swipe right. An open profile, for example, on my date today, I was quite attracted to like the way that the shoreline kind of presented itself and the way it was bigging itself up, I guess. I like that kind of confidence. And then something that would make me swipe the other way, it would be something that maybe doesn't have much character or personality to it. It just seems quite like I'm just a boring piece of wood.
How do you feel going into your date with the shoreline?
Yeah, I am excited. I'm kind of feeling like, oh, that kind of pre-date excitement, but also like jitters a little bit.
While Mabel has her date, let's meet Catherine on the Preselles.
Hello, I'm Catherine, I'm 39 from South Pembrokeshire. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm an artist and teacher.
Catherine has matched with a crevice on Carreg Goedog.
Can you tell us what attracted you to the crevice?
I really felt like I had a lot to learn from this being. We're on this incredible cairn in the Preselles, and you know the stones are very statuesque, it's very grand, but what I'm really curious about is what this in-between being has got to share.
Can you tell us how you feel going into this date?
A little nervous. Now I'm here. I'm excited. Yeah, very much. Yeah, very happy to see what happens. Open. Yeah.
Finally, let's meet Chris, who has matched with an oak tree into Canol Woods.
I'm Chris, my pronouns are he, him, and I'm originally from Essex.
What drew you to the Date Nature app?
I think for me, one of the most important things about being in a rural community is having a connection with nature. And it's something that I've struggled with moving to a rural community. I found this a really exciting opportunity to think about nature as something that you can have a deep connection with.
Were you surprised when you matched with the oak tree?
I knew there were things that I was looking for, but actually it really did surprise me that this particular tree was a good match with me. You know, there are so many trees in the world and there are so many trees in this area that, you know, for that one tree to be the right one, which I'm really hoping it is, I feel really positive about it.
While Mabel, Catherine and Chris go on their dates, I catch up with my matches. Will I meet the bushy bramble of my dreams?
Mabel, tell us about your date with the shoreline here in Cabourg.
It went really well. I learned a lot, which was nice, because sometimes you don't get a lot on a first date. It can be kind of like pulling teeth. I've left feeling like I want more. It was a good connection, good chemistry, that kind of like bubbly spark.
Tell me about your first impressions. What did you think as you were walking down to the shoreline?
I thought she looks very inviting. When I initially kind of said hello, it felt like, Yeah, this is reciprocated.
Can you tell me, did the date get physical at all?
There was quite a bit of touch. I was exploring her kind of width, her breadth of personality. There was quite a lot of kind of touch on my feet, a bit of touch with my hand, feeling really like a sense of peace, I feel like, whilst that kind of feeling of, I want more of you, I want to just get right on in. got a little bit wet, so...
I was wondering, did you feel like there was somebody else on the date with you? Because we've got this beautiful river that comes down into the sea here. Oh, tell me how that felt.
I mean, it kind of felt there were quite a few other things on the date with me, because there's the mouth of the bay, and obviously there's the river coming down, and there's the rocks and the seaweed where the shoreline, she's like lapping, and the way she laps, the way she was lapping against my feet versus the way she was lapping against the smaller rocks and then the larger rocks to the right, it all was a bit of a different voice from her.
It sounds like you got a real sense of the shoreline and all the relationships that she has.
I also was very intrigued on the further out you got from the shoreline, the more like turquoise the water was becoming and deeper, which is more enticing then to go, oh my gosh, yes, I'm just gonna open myself up and come on in there. That made me feel excited, and I'm ready to kind of go back for more.
I think I know the answer to this already, but are you going to see each other again?
Yes. She's the perfect kind of temperament for me. Not big waves that feel too overwhelming and aggressive, even though that's fun. I'd say I'm looking for something calmer and more tranquil and just a peaceful connection.
Mabel, thank you so much for taking us on this journey with you as you date nature.
Well, Mabel dived right in. I wonder how Catherine got on.
So, Catherine, tell us about your date.
It was really enjoyable. Yeah, really lovely. I had a lovely time, thank you. Felt quite comfortable with each other and each other's presence, which meant that we could experience each other. Yeah, it didn't feel like there were any games being played or any performing in a way that felt uncomfortable.
It sounds like you felt like you could be yourself with the crevice.
Absolutely, very much so, from the off really, which is, quite shocking and surprising as you're preparing to bring out your best anecdotes or sort of be a bit more jazz hands.
Did you feel like the crevice was on the same page as you?
I think so. I think it was, initially a little confronting for me to be dating a being that's actually unapologetically themselves and to have those depths on show and the intricacies on show.
Did they put you at ease?
I think so. I think there was, definitely a kind of peacefulness about them and a warm invitation to be initially, not lots of chat. Definitely chatter from the winds, the wind was coming in a really nice way. As we got on, there was an invitation to come a little bit deeper and to explore them and explore the small plants that were growing, in them and the different textures, the different life. So this kind of, multitude of life that they have within them.
Was there any touching?
I felt that it was the first date, and there was a respect to be had. There was some lovely, juicy, edible bits of pennywort in there, and I thought, goodness, that'd be a really lovely snack. But it didn't feel like the right thing to do at that point. So, I think maybe second date or third date, and to that, it was very much a slow date.
What did you have in common? What was the common ground?
Funnily enough, and I wasn't really expecting this, but a bit of darkness. They really invited the depth and the darkness, and to be able to see into them in that way. And it sort of helped me to be quite honest about sort of underneath the wanting to be jolly and presenting. Say, actually, I do feel a little tired today, a little bit sad today even. And there was a real welcome for that. And then the ease blossomed from there, really. So I think that it was really lovely to experience that and to not have to chatter over that actually leads to an intimacy and leads to a connection.
It sounds like you had a really great date.
Really did. Thank you so much.
Let's leave the windy Preselis for Tea Canal Woods to catch up with Chris.
You've had your date and we would love to hear how it went.
I guess to start off with, there was definitely a bit of apprehension when I sat down. I felt really aware of the age difference, which I hadn't considered before.
I think it's about 200 years, isn't it?
Yeah, at least. You know, it was a little vague on their profile, but that's fine. You know, like everyone has different feelings about their age. It wasn't a negative thing. They were just not interested in that concept. So we sat there and had the normal nerves, but after a little while, I noticed that actually some of the things that I thought were part of the tree actually were additions from their close trees. At first I felt they were kind of, problems or difficulties.
Did you feel like the other trees were intruding on your date?
A little bit. They definitely had a presence. My first urge was to sort those out and try and solve those, what appeared to be remnants of a previous tree relationship. I felt like I was being thoughtful. I took my time about it. I was careful. But after a little while, I realised I had the sort of secondary thought that maybe some of the things that attracted me, you know, some of the unique shapes and patterns that I could see were because of the previous relationship that tree had had. The more I thought about it, it made me go, well, this is okay. It's perfectly normal. This is something that happens with all of us. You know, we all have people resting on us and other things resting and relying on us, and the tree is comfortable with it. I decided it didn't need to solve those things, and I just let them be. I felt that was a really nice conclusion to the date. I felt we felt more comfortable by the end.
Can I ask about consent? Like, how did you negotiate?
I think I really wanted to start with just being with the tree, giving the tree an opportunity to be with me and me be with the tree. It's very difficult with the idea of consent.
It sounds like you were really tuned in.
There were some nice moments, some nice change in that time.
So what I'd really like to know is, are you going to see each other again?
So I did think about this. One of the things I thought about when exploring the tree was it would be really nice to come back and see the tree in different seasons, explore how their relationship with the surroundings has changed. So I really hope that we can connect again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Massive thanks to Chris, Catherine and Mabel for allowing us on their date nature journey with them. And what have we learned about dating nature? Well, we learned how to negotiate consent with a 200-year-old oak tree. We learned how to get saucy and playful with a shoreline. And we learned how, when you sit with a crevice in ancient rock, you can feel some sadness, but that's okay. And most of all, I think what we learned is that you're never dating just a single being. You're dating a lot of different beings and all their relationships and interconnections. You're really part of a beautiful network when you date nature.